In math and physics, we'll occasionally get stuck with an expression that looks like this. I called it a troubling expression. For example, if it appears inside of an integral in calculus, you're stuck. So we want to develop a new identity for this to make it into something simpler. So this one starts out by remembering the cosine of a sum and difference of two angles. It's a huge advantage if you remember the cosine of a sum or the sine of a sum and difference. Those are some of the core ones that I have memorized in addition to the Pythagorean identities, and everything else can be derived from that. Okay, and then what I'm going to do here is exploit the symmetry of these formulas to try to isolate this expression, sine theta sine phi. And in this case, what I'm going to do, just to keep the minus signs to a minimum, is maybe if I number these formulas, I'm going to take the bottom one and subtract the top one. So the survivor there is going to be the sine theta sine phi term. So I'm going to take equation 2 and subtract equation 1. So I would get cosine theta minus phi minus cosine theta plus phi. On the right hand side, cosine theta cosine phi minus another copy of itself, which gives you 0, and then sine theta sine phi minus negative sine theta sine phi, which is 2 of those terms, sine theta sine phi. Then all I have to do is divide by 2 and I've got my identity. So sine theta sine phi is equal to 1/2 cosine theta minus phi minus cosine theta plus phi. Now I personally find these formulas to be too ugly to memorize, but I do recognize a case where I would need one and what to do, and I'll just hash out the derivation real quick if I need to have one of these. So let's apply it real quick. The sine of 2x, I'll go ahead and move that over here. Sine 2x, sine 3x. So theta is going to be 2x, phi is going to be 3x, is 1/2 cosine of 2x minus 3x. So that's negative x, minus the cosine of 2x plus 3x, so that's 5x. Cosine is an even function, so we can clean this up a little bit. The cosine of negative x is equal to the cosine of x. Now, if you imagine being stuck with this thing in an integrand in a calculus course, you can't do anything with it. After you transform it, each of those pieces is easily guessable. The integral of cosine is just sine. The integral of cosine 5x is going to be sine 5x, but the chain rule will force you to put a 1/5 out in front.